So, before we begin with me talking and talking and talking, I would like to play a game with you. The name of the game is Let's Go Back in Time. I need you all to imagine that there is a time machine here on the stage. Now, the time machine can take all of us to a certain memory I have from my childhood. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Yes. All right, let's do it. Let's go to the time machine. I'll open the door, get inside, close the door. Now, in this time machine, I need to press how many years I want to go back in time. And I would like to take you all to the age of 8. That means, let's calculate the years. When was I 8 years old? 10 years ago. All right, so let's press. 1, 10, why are you laughing? Maybe you are saying 10 years? More like 30 years? 30 years? Seriously? Actually, it's exactly 30 years. So, 3, 0, enter, 1, 2, 3, bang. I'm in my room with both of my brothers. I'm the youngest, by the way. I'm standing here, one brother is standing here, and the other one is standing here. Now, the three of us are staring at the fish tank my parents bought me to my birthday. Now, one of the fish got pregnant, so we bought a special box that you put inside the water. Now, the box has a separation in the middle with a few tiny holes. So you put the pregnant mama in the upper part, and then the baby can seemingly fall, go through the hole, and be safe. Why safe? Because the mama might be hungry during the delivery. So, here it is. So, guys, pay attention, it's starting. Okay, first baby goes out, goes through the hole, safe. Second one, safe. Third one, got eaten by the mama. Fourth one, safe, and so on and so on. Long story short, most of the baby fish are safe, except only a few of them who got eaten by the mama. Then, suddenly, my brother looks at me in total confusion and asks me, "What happened? Why are you crying?" Well, I was not crying. I was sobbing there. And I tried to explain to him why. The mother birthed babies, small, hungry, tummy, in the tummy. And then he looked at me, still totally confused, and said, "What?" Well, I was trying to catch my breath and to explain to him what happened. The mother gave birth. The babies were so small, she ate them because she was hungry. In the tummy. In the tummy! And then my brother looked at me, and at the other brother, and then at me again, and at the other brother, and then he told him, "I told you already several times, there is no way that we're related to him. Our parents probably found him on the street or something. Let's go." My second brother agreed with him in a second, and both of them went out. I was still there, staring at the fish tank, totally by myself, was so confused, and thought to myself, I have two problems now. The first one, how come I reacted this way and they were totally indifferent? How come I was crying so heavily and they were not? And how come I was trying to explain to them why I'm crying? And this feeling of frustration, I remember very clearly, as if I was trying to convince them that my emotions are valid. And they showed no sign of understanding. Because between us, it's not that hard to understand, right? The mother gave birth, the babies were small, she ate them, it said, "Let's cry," right? I said, right? Good answer. It was not awkward at all. And my second problem, if my parents found me on the street, does that mean I'm adopted? But this is a topic for another TED Talk. So this feeling of confusion between the rationalism and the emotionalism, how I reacted and how they reacted, has stuck with me for many, many years. Until ultimately, I decided to dedicate my thesis in both my BA and MBA studies to this topic, emotionalism versus rationalism. Or more precisely, should we rely on rational messages or emotional messages when we are trying to convince someone? To understand this question better, we need to take a look at the following research, which was conducted in the States in the 80s in the world of persuasion. The name of the model is the elaboration likelihood model. They claim that we, the message receivers, invest different efforts when someone is trying to convince us. How? By two routes. The first one is the central route, which means that we are 100% active before the decision making, and we elaborate all the information that we need. And the second one, the irrelevant route, means that we pay no attention and we have no will to elaborate information, and we make our decisions based on the random stimuli, which in many cases does not relate to the content of the message itself. Well, in my case, I was probably leaning towards the central route of my brothers. Hence, I was providing so many details, what happened there, hoping they will understand me. And they obviously did not understand me because they were there with me when it happened, so they saw exactly what I saw. Now, since an early age, we've been always taught that once confronting a dilemma, we need to dedicate some time to a proper preparation. That means we need to read. We need to ask questions. We can draw a table with the advantages, drawbacks, and once we have all the necessary information, we are ready to move forward and make the perfect decision. Two problems. Does the perfect decision exist? Not always. Second problem. If we will follow this process, which sounds very rational and promising, we will have no time at all because we are facing so many dilemmas, so many decision-making on a daily basis. And time is a vital and limited source that we have. Hence, we have to use it wisely. So, what am I actually saying here? That being rational is not the way and being emotional is the way? Let's try to analyze it deeper. For doing so, let's talk about one example here. Let's say that I would like to convince you all to go to a concert with me. Now, one of my favorite bands is going to play in this concert. So, based on the rational approach, I will tell you that this band has more than 100 million views on YouTube. This is crazy. I will also tell you that the concert is going to take place here in Prague, actually here, in the center of Prague. And there is a tram station 5 minutes from here and also a metro station. So commuting here can be very easy. Are you convinced? Yeah, I can see that by looking at your faces. Let's try to understand why. In the past, it was believed that the goal of rational facts was used to draw the attention. Have I managed to draw your attention? I don't think so. So let me try another technique. Let me come here to the stage, where I'll be closer to you. And then I will say, sex! Okay, what did just happen? Some of you might feel a bit scared or concerned, like something is definitely off with this person. By this person, I mean me. First of all, I was not saying the truth about my age, 10 years versus 30 years, so reliable I'm not. Then, how come I'm standing here on this beautiful stage, raising my voice, and also saying the naughty word, sex? But at the same time, some of you might feel a bit entertained, or maybe amused, or maybe curious, or excited to see what else am I going to take off my sleeve. But you feel something. And when you feel something, you listen, as you all listen to me now. All right, so let's continue. I still need to convince you to go to the concert with me. I will tell you that last year, I went with a few friends of mine to a concert, and we had so much fun. We were dancing, we were singing, we were smiling, we were so happy. And then I will tell you that this concert is going to take place in only one place in the world. Where? Here, in Prague. So you have to come. You cannot miss it. So what have I actually used here? I used happiness. I used joy, I used excitement, I used curiosity, and I also used the fear of missing out. And then you can spice it up with a few rational facts to support your message. For example, by the way, there is a 15% discount on the tickets tomorrow, so you better buy them tomorrow. And again, the tram station is here, so you don't even need to take a car. So this is great. We have emotions, and we can just use them to deliver a message. We have indeed many kinds of emotions. Positive emotions, negative emotions. Sometimes we can go through events that will make us feel positive and negative at the same time. For example, moving to a new flat. We can feel happy and also a bit scared at the same time. But what is actually the difference between positive and negative emotions? Well, positive emotions are emotions that we want to feel. So we will do whatever it takes in order to feel these emotions. Remember that I told you about me and my friends? We were smiling, we were happy. You want to feel these emotions. So what do you need to do? Come to the concert with me. On the other side, negative emotions are emotions that we don't want to feel. So we will do whatever it takes in order to avoid them. I'll tell you that a friend of mine declined my offer to go to the concert with me. And when the concert started, then he realized what a big mistake he did. So he went to his room, he turned off the light, he put on Spotify the song Lonely and Mr. Lonely. He sat and he was so sad. What a drama! But do you want to be in his shoes? Of course not. So what do you need to do? Come to the concert with me. So this is great. We have a bank of emotions, positive emotions, negative emotions, and I can just take whatever I want. Not necessarily. Let's take a look at the following research, which was conducted in Peru and Chile. They analyzed the type of emotions in COVID-themed marketing campaigns all over the globe. That means that they checked the type of emotions in marketing campaigns which were about COVID during COVID. And let me please remind you, COVID was a dark time for everyone. We were stuck at home and depressed from the morning until the evening. But the results are pretty remarkable. They found out that the usage of emotions in marketing campaigns was much more dominant with positive emotions compared to the negative ones. And again, we're talking about COVID. We were just sad 24 hours. And if you think about it, it makes sense. Because at the end of the day, what do we all prefer? To feel positive emotions or not to feel negative emotions? And not to feel negative emotions doesn't mean necessarily to feel positive emotions. Well, the answer is, of course, to feel positive emotions. Now, let's take everything that we talked about and try to implement it in a well-known example. We've been there, some of us are still there, and this is a conflict with our partner. Finally, we are talking about some juicy topics here. So, our beloved rational approach, one and only, that we all like to use all the time. That means, last week, I cleaned the kitchen, and also 2 weeks ago, and also 3 weeks ago. And at the beginning of August, I cleaned the toilets, not you. I asked you today to buy me oat milk when you take the dog out for a walk. Where's the milk? And the response will be, of course I didn't buy you the milk. I went yesterday to the supermarket and I called you and you said that you will buy the milk by yourself. So you have no right to be angry at me now. This rational ping pong will lead us nowhere. So what do you need to do? Stress what you felt during the event. Stress what you want to feel. For example, it will make me feel much happier if you will pay more attention to the kitchen and the toilets. If you see that they're dirty, just clean them up. That's all. Now, important to mention, I am not here to say that by using your emotions, you will win every argument and you will always get what you want. No, not at all. But I am here to say that by using your emotions, 1, your partner will be more attentive. 2, your message will likely be delivered more successfully. So what are the takeaways? This is not the place to improvise. Not at all. You need to define your emotion strategy from the beginning. What kind of emotions you're going to use. And you need to make sure they relate to the content of the message itself. You can use, for instance, confusion. 10 years back versus 30 years back. You can use sadness. An 8-year-old boy staring at the fish tank completely by himself. Or you can use happiness. A bunch of friends going to a concert, smiling, laughing, having the time of their life. And then, at the end, you can add the sauce of rationalism with a few rational facts to support your message. Maybe, if my 8-year-old me would stress more what he felt during the event and not just providing details to what happened there, my brothers will understand me better. And it doesn't mean that they will cry with me. No. They will just understand why I was reacting this way. And this way, my message could have been delivered more successfully. So, what's next? What do you need to do? Take a tissue. Shed a tear. Smile. Or get angry. And start to improve your persuasion skills by communicating with emotions, not just with words. Thank you very much.